Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Friday with Fiona. And this week I'm using the Inspiring Imperfections bundle, which is part of the Kintsugi suite. So just going to show, so this is in the catalogue, page 58 to 60. And you get the stamp set. The suite is made up of a stamp set, the dies, an embossing folder, and the flower accents, and this gorgeous designer series paper. And I just wanted to explain, it does explain here on page 60, what's kintsugi. It's a traditional Japanese technique of repairing broken pottery with gold lacquer. The mended gold veins become a celebration of imperfection instead of hiding it. So it's, yeah, all about making the best and, yeah, celebrating our imperfections, basically. Let me just pop my glasses off. So I've got 3 cards for you today. When you spend £25 in my online store, I will send you everything you need to make the 3 cards, except stamped images, which is the sentiments. Mainly I've used the DSP. Where I've stamped, I will substitute the designer series paper for you, because you can. I'll show you the sheet. You get a sheet like this with the vases on and the cups. So and that's what we're using in the first card. I've also used the textured notes rectangle dies, which are really, really lovely. Just on one of the cards, I think. But oops, sorry, didn't mean to. Did I bash the phone? No, that's okay. Okay, so and I have used the embossing folder. So you can see on there it's got flowers, more flowers. I don't know what they are. They're sort of like snowflakes and geometric. So it's quite an interesting folder. And it's basically got the imperfections. So I haven't gone wild. I mean, you could basically die cut and then emboss in there, heat emboss in there with gold. I think I might try that. That would be lovely. And this, I love the fonts, the thanks, the beauty, and inspire me, and this flower, which is on one of the cards. So that's designer series paper, and there is a die to cut it out. Okay, so hopefully I've got everything ready. So this is card number 1, and it's using one of my new favorite colors, which is cloud cover. It's one of the new in colors, and it's just beautiful, so soft and delicate. And these 2 I've cut from the designer series paper, and then I've die cut using adhesive sheets these bits here, which are what they're basically mending the breakages with. So hopefully I've got all my bits here. Nice designer series paper, that's on the back of that. So we're sticking with some cloud cover. So I'm just going to pop that on. So when you spend £25 in my store and I send you the cards, you get a full tutorial with all measurements, instructions and photos. But this card size is basically half A4, so 21 scored in half at 10.5 by 14.8, and then the designer series paper I've just gone down by half a centimetre, so 14.3 by 10. And I'm just going to pop that on with some seal. Go. So get a nice little cloud cover frame all the way around. There we go. Oh, I made a mistake. I should have put my ribbon around it first. Let's get the ribbon and see if I can pull that up before it's settled down. Okay, so how not to... Not a good start, is it? Okay, so if I could just get it up on 3 sides and then I can wrap my ribbon around. There we go. I'm just going to pop that in there for a minute. So I'm using the cloud cover ribbon, and it's faux linen, I think. Yeah, faux linen ribbon. It's really lovely. So I'm just going to see how much I need. I've got a pile of things next to me, and I thought the whole lot was going to come down on top of me then. Right, so let's see if I can stick that down on there. Not quite centered, about there. This is not the best way to put ribbon on your card, but you can do it when you make a mistake. No, that's too long. Let's cut that off. Okay, and I'm just going to pop some more seal. And then stick that down. Oh, okay, by the time the card's finished, you won't be able to tell that I made a mistake. Okay, so where was I? Right, and then I've got a piece to go on the inside, which is 8.5 by 12.5, and that's just to write you send, so you can see your handwriting when you're sending your message. Okay, and then I've got this little strip here, which is going to go along the bottom, and I'm going to trim that. Just there. A bit along the bottom. Okay, so that's the inside done. Okay, now I've got my textured notes rectangle, and it's the 5th largest. Okay, and I'm going to pop that on with dimensionals, checking that's the rear side. So we had some nice cool weather, and then we're back to the hot weather again, and then we're expecting thunderstorms, and I mean this weather is just crazy. And the kids break up next week, so you can guarantee it's going to change for the worst. And I've just made the same mistake I made last time, that I haven't stamped my sentiment before I put it down. So I'm going to do that now. There is beauty in your history. So, I mean, you can use this for a birthday card, because, you know, certainly my age, you've got a bit of history. So I'm going to use, this is Misty Moonlight. Which is downstairs, so I'm going to have to use my marker. I'm taking part in the virtual scrapbooking retreats, so I've been working at the dining table to spread out. Just going to get rid of that little bit there. I was a bit too heavy-handed. Right, let's start again. Yeah, that's fine. There is beauty in your history. Okay. So then I die cut, let's just get the dies and show you this. So I die cut from the designer series paper using the vase. So that's perfect fit. And the same with the cup, the die for that. And then these two dies here are your veins that you can use. So I die cut those in gold with the adhesive sheets on the back, because trying to put glue, they're so thin, so I thought it would work better. So let's get rid of that. I'm going to, now let me look at my other one. It's gonna, which way is it gonna go? Yeah, do it that way, and then just cut that tip off there. Okay. There we go. And then on the cup, and just trim that bit off there as well. Just making sure they're stuck down well. Okay. So pretty. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop those on with dimensionals, and then the card is done. So, you know, really, I'm just going to use my bond folder to give the cup a bit of a curve, and I'll do the same with the vase. Really, you know, using the designer series paper makes it so quick, and yet you still get the wow. Let's do 2. That. Just want a little bit of a curl. Running out of dimensionals. Oh my goodness. It's okay. I've got plenty more. I just need to get them out of the drawer. There you go. Really, really, really pretty. Now I just need to put my bow at the top. And the other part of this suite is some flower gems, which I had and I appear to have lost. No, there they are. Flower accents. But I think with all the golds and everything, I don't really think we need anything else. So I'm going to leave that for the time being. And let's just tie our bow. don't think I'm using that ribbon again. And I just popped it on a glue dot. And there you go, there's card number 1. Really, really pretty. So I did reverse the colours. I think I prefer this one actually. That is just beautiful. Okay, so card number 1, as you saw, using the designer series paper, really, really quick. Okay, so card number 2. Again, I've used the designer series paper, and this time I've used the embossing folder. I don't know if you can, yeah, there. Can you just see there? And then I've got a branch and some flowers. So just another twist on it. I love the teacups. One of the first things I ever made when I started crafting was teacups inside of each other. So hopefully I've got everything here, die cut everything ready to save some time. So I've got the designer series paper, this beautiful Misty Moonlight pattern on the back, but I'm going to use the gold side. Same size card, half A4, so 21, scored in half at 10.5 by 14.3. Oh, that's too far over. I think it's a good job it's warm because it's peeling off easily. It doesn't normally peel off this easily. There we go. I just need to move it over a bit. There we go. Oops. And then what I'm going to do with this is take my bung folder and curl top left and bottom right. Doesn't really matter which way you have it, I don't think. And then I'm going to pop that on with dimensional stuff. I need to get some more dimensionals out. Just finish these ones. Just going to mark them so I can see the backings. As your afternoon. Lovely. Okay, so that should be enough. just going to pop that on. Obviously that's going to get squashed down when it goes in an envelope, but hopefully it will pop back up again. And oh, I thought I'd done these, but obviously I didn't, so I've got those ready. They're very easy to die cut, or you can just fussy cut, which is what I'm going to do. There we go. Oh, third one. So by the time I've got my die cutting machine out, I'm kind of, because it's just basically following the outline. But if you don't like fussy cutting, then obviously the dies are fabulous. Right, so I pop one inside the other. I'm just going to use my bone folder again to get the curve. I really love this misty moonlight with the so I think last time I put them down one after the other, but it got a bit tricky. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to adhere them together and then put dimensionals on. That's it, and then I can put the dimensionals on all of them. What I did, I ended up having to put them off, so I put them at the top and then they wouldn't go under, and so I think it's safer to, there we go. And I'm doing them in the middle because I want to have that little bit of curve. Okay, so I'm going to pop them on there towards the bottom. That's it. And then I've got my bit of tree, and this is actually from the wishing. I can't actually see it. It's not called wishing. Oh no, I don't know what it's gone. Anyway, it's the one that came out in the spring, so that needs to go in there. And then I've got this cherry blossom in pretty petal pink, not pretty in pink. And when I take the backing off, all the little insides will come out. You could use the veins for a branch, but I had this, so it's just as easy to use it. It's fiddly getting the adhesive sheet off, that's the only thing. There we go, that's it, done. And I'm actually going to cut it down because it's too long. then peel the back off. So that's this die. There isn't a matching stamp for it. There is a little one that has a matching stamp, but not the big one. See, it's pulling off all the insides. It's brilliant. That. A couple are left, but on the whole. There we go. Just going to snip those bits off. I shouldn't be using my ribbon scissors to do that, or blunt them. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to do a little tag. I'm going to stamp thanks. So it's actually thanks for helping me through this difficult time, but I just want the thanks. So I'm going to use my marker again. And stamp it at the bottom. There we go. And then I'll just need to trim that down. So I stamped it right at the bottom of the card, so I've only got to cut it across the top and then do a little flag. Let's get my trimmer. Perfect. And then to get the flag, I'm just going to, it's a bit full of dimensional backing, so I'm just going to cut down the middle and then go from corner to corner. There we go. And I'm just going to pop that on with a dimensional. And there you go, that's card number 2. So again, the different patterns from the cups. But when I first saw it, it didn't do anything for me at all. And I just fallen in love with it, absolutely gorgeous. My brother's not been well for, well, nearly 3 weeks. So I really need to send him a card. I know you'll get through this and be stronger for it. That would be applicable. But I'm not sure he's really into flowers. He'd rather have a dog. Okay, so moving on to our 3rd card. I don't know which is my favourite actually of these ones. Let's get this. I think on this one I deliberately left something to show you how to do it. So again, it's designer series paper. Now this time I have stamped and heat embossed, but if I'm sending you a kit, I will send you the designer series paper so you can just cut them out. And then on the inside we've just got a little bit of the paper, so really, really pretty. So it's Misty Moonlight again, and it's cut the other way, the half of A4. So it's 29.6 scored in half at 14.8 by 10.5. Okay, there's my designer series paper again. It's half a centimetre, so 14.3 by 10. So let's just pop that on. And I'll try and do it so I don't have to take it straight off again. Yay! Beautiful. That's, I don't know what that's for. That's for my inside, so let's do that. And I do my inserts at 8.5 by 12.5 usually. Now, how did I do it on the inside? Right, okay, so this time it's going to be coming down here. Let's see where I need to cut it off. Just pop a little bit of seal. Whoops. And then it's just nice to dress up the insides of your card. Okay, so that's the inside done. Right, then I've got a strip of brushed gold, and this is on last chance list, and it is also reduced. So it's brushed gold and brushed silver in the packet. So it's a great pack to get, and that's just going to go on flat, and it's going to be like a shelf for my cups, basically. There we go. Oh, that's right. I've got two. I've done two. Feels like it still needs a bit of embossing actually, but I kept one to show you the heat embossing, so I'll do that now. And so it's the cup. Let's just make some space. And it's so I need my gold embossing powder, my embossing buddy, and my Versamark, and my reverse. Oh, where are they? My reverse tweezers seem to have vanished, which means they're probably still out from last time I used them. Can't see them. Oh, they've fallen down. Got them. There we go. I think that didn't feel quite finished. I might need to just go over those. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take my embossing buddy and just go over the white card. Out of the way. Then I'm going to take my Versamark and stamp my cup. Then I'm going to pop that in there, take my gold powder, sort that out in a minute. Take my reverse tweezers and get my heat gun. I love it when it starts to change. Trying to keep it in the screen. Hold it going. I'm just going to quickly go. One of these didn't feel quite done, so I'm just going to go over these ones again. so looks pretty well done. Okay, I'm just going to feel that if it's tacky. No, it's not. That's perfect. Okay, get my bond folder. Okay, this card is a bit thicker, so I'm going to show you, whoops, the die cutting. Don't want to lose my cups. I don't want to lose those again. So it's the vase, and the only thing about it when you're die cutting, you need to make sure the die stays in place. So I've got some reusable sellotape here. You can use washi tape, and this is thicker card, whereas before I was using designer series paper. It was really easy to fussy cut. Just going to pop that down there. And then that just peels off. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I don't think I cleaned that. Okay, so all we need to do now is put the card together. And bring it back in. The other two cups. Just get my bun folder. Okay, so I'm going to use dimensionals, and I'm just going to have them sitting on the shelf. Do the middle one first. Oh, that's my back of my dimensional. And this time I'm doing white ribbon, and I need to do my sentiment, which I should have had a strip of. I definitely die cut that, so I don't know what's happened to that. Probably turn up after the video's finished. This is just white, but it's a narrow one, so it's quite it's nice. Right, I'm going to pop that on underneath and see if I can find my piece of Misty Moonlight. I'll just pop that on there. So I'm finished with the stamps. No, I'm not. I need the sentiment. So what did I do? There is beauty in your history. Again. Finished with the dies though. No, maybe not. I definitely had die cut that. Okay, I'm just going to get a strip of Misty Moonlight. So this is the die that I used before. And it's just got these sort of jagged edges, but I'm just going to stamp. So I'm going to emboss again in gold. Just missing a bit on the Y. That's better. Okay, and I'm going to heat emboss that. And I'm just going to trim it like I did before. And I've just done it at an angle. And then that's going to go up there with some dimensionals. And that's it. But it is really, really, as I said, once I started playing with this, it's just the paper, and it's just beautiful. Okay, so card, my bow's a bit better on this one. Let's just have a quick recap. So here's card 1 with the cloud cover, beautiful. And then here's the gold and white with the cups and the cherry blossom. And then there's card 3. So I'd love to know which one you like best. I can't decide. I do love that one, but then I like the other ones as well. So yeah. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Next week, it's, oh, look what's just turned up. I knew it was here somewhere. Oh, can you believe that? Never mind. Next week, it's Christmas in July. Yay! So I've got a couple of early bird products, which I'm going to share with you. And I'm really looking forward to having fun with that. I know some people don't want to mention the C word, but Christmas in July is fun. So, yeah. That's what I'm doing next Friday, and I hope you can join me. Don't forget, when you spend £25 in my online store, you will get sent the kit to make the 3 cards. I can't send you the sentiments, just use what you've got, but I will send the vases and the cups in the designer series paper for you. Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend.